Hi everyone, welcome to the next episode of how to build an effective information security management system for your startup. Today, I want to talk about data labeling. So there are a couple of key elements for an effective information security management system, and that's understanding what kind of data you have and how it is protected. For example, in cloud environments like Google Workspace, that starts with data labeling and later also with data loss prevention that we will focus on in the next video. Data labeling basically means that you apply some classification on your files based on their sensitivity. For example, you can mark documents public, internal, confidential, and based on these labels, it can help you then also apply different controls. That means that, for example, some people can access just certain labels, data can be shared or data cannot be shared, and you can also apply different, policies for it, and it can be managed everything through the admin console. This is actually our information security management system, the document confidentiality classification table. And so here you can see how, for example, we label our documents. So we label them as public, internal, confidential, or restricted. Now, to clearly understand and clearly know which document is, we need to kind of apply some tags, some labels on our documents. These labels help us understand what is the sensitivity of the data and later also create different security rules for those data. Now, data loss prevention is a little bit different topic. So basically, once your data is labeled, data loss prevention policies help enforce the protection. It can be a set of rules that automatically detect sensitive content like, credit card numbers, personal information, some keywords. But this feature, for example, you need to pay for it additionally with Google Workspace. So I will show you some simple rules that you can apply just as long as you are a small startup. That might be enough for you. Now let's jump right into it. First of all, you need to be an admin of your Google Workspace. Otherwise, you cannot do all of these settings. Because we will go into the admin.google.com, and here in the security overview, we will navigate to access and data control and to label manager. Now you can see I already have this one confidentiality label, but let's create it again, and so you understand how to create it. Let's create a new label. Let's call this confidentiality demo. You can add some label description. What would be actually very good idea to add here is maybe your policy or something that governs how these labels should be applied. And then actually I want to apply this to Google Drive and Docs. And I want to create different fields for this. So I will select here the badge actually. And we will see basically, so this is how it's going to be looking like, and we can select the different tags for it. Perfect. So we have this field, and now here we can actually adjust it and call this internal. This could be public, and maybe we do this like restricted. Of course, you can apply some additional, based on your ISMS policy. Right now, this is not based on my ISMS policy because I have 4 levels, but just for the purpose of showing you how this works, this is how it can look like. Now, we can also require user to pick an option. I think this is a very, very good idea, and let's call this confidentiality demo label, because this will basically force a user with every new document to pick some kind of label, and then all of your data at some point will be labeled. Of course, the data that you already have, you need to go through the data. Ideally, you label all of the data additionally, and then you have everything labeled in your Google Drive. Or, with time and slowly, you will be able to add different labels to the different components. Now, we can also apply this to a Gmail. I don't like to do that. I feel like that's a little bit too much. but this would be the setup. Now we can publish it. In this case, I'm not gonna publish it just because, you know, I already have some labels. But we can go back, actually. I will delete this one and I can show you once you publish it, it will look like this. So we have it applied, and we also have one rule here associated with it. We can look at it. And right now, in this data classification, what we did here with this rule, so you go to security, access and data control, data classification, and then drive and docs. And for here, we have selected one of the default classifications. So basically every document that is created will automatically get an internal tag. If you don't change it, it will stay internal. This means like everything that you create first will become internal. Only if you kind of make it public, it will become public. And only if you level it up, it will become, let's say, restricted or confidential. Now, this would be the data labeling. And in the next video, I will show you how to create the data loss prevention. So thank you very much for tuning in, and see you next time. Bye-bye.